So in this video, we are going to understand different string matching algorithms, and also we are going to understand what will be the complexities of these algorithms. So we have an algorithm here called Navi pattern matching algorithm, and we'll understand what that algorithm is. And also, we are going to see what will be the complexity of this algorithm also. So I'll have a string here, substring, where which I want to compare. And also we are going to have a string which is given, and we are going to uh, now in this algorithm, now we are going to see we are able to see a substring here. We call it as a substring, and we call this one as your string. Now we are going to check whether this particular substring is there in this string or not. We'll see whether now for doing it, we are going to use a pattern matching algorithm. And now because we are in the beginning stage, we understand the Navi pattern matching algorithm, which is one of the basic pattern matching algorithm we have as a part of our syllabus. Now what we'll do in this Navi pattern matching algorithm is, first of all, we are going to compare the first element of the substring with the first element of my actual string. If they are same, we are going to compare the second element and the second element of my substring as well as my actual string. Now, if you can see this, now these two characters are not matching here. So when these two things are not matching here, what we are going to do is we are going to take the first element of my substring is compared with second element of my actual string, and we'll see that these two elements or these two characters are matching. When these two characters are matching, then we go to your second character, and second character is also matching there. So if the second character is also matching, then we go to third character, fourth character. And now if while comparing the fifth character of my substring with my actual string, and we found that they are not matching. When these two characters are not matching, then what we'll do in Navi pattern matching algorithm is we are going to send the control again to the beginning, and the control is being sent from here to here. Okay. It means that now if there is no match, we are going to send the control backward direction. Whenever I send control in a backward direction, means that we are increasing the complexity of your algorithm. Now we are at the second position of my string. We are going to compare it with my first element of my substring, and we observe that they are not matching. When they are not matching, again we are going to increment the pointer of my substring, and these two characters we are going to compare, and we see that these are matching. When they are matching, they are going to compare with the second element, the third element, the fourth element, and again we found that these two characters are not matching. Whenever these two characters are not matching, what we are going to do again, according to my last process, we are going to send the index from here to here, and the control is being sent from here to here. Okay. Now again, we found that A and B are not matching. Because they are not matching, we are going to increment my index of my string. So now we are going to compare this element. It is found that there it is matching. It is also matching. So the whole string. So your substring is matching with a, a, a some certain combination of my actual string is matched. When it is matched, then we'll say that it is been found at this element. After it is found, again we are going to see whether this substring exists in your string in more number or not. So just what I do, I'll just increment the index of my string, and we'll see that it is not matching. Then again we are going to increment the index of my string, and we say that okay, and at this point also it is not matching. Whenever it is not matching, what we'll do, we'll go back here and just we'll send the control from here to here. Okay. Now again we'll see these two characters are not matching. because these two characters are not matching, we are going to increment by I, and these two characters are not matching. And now at this point, now we are going to see that all these characters are matching. Because all these characters are matching at the index of 10, what we'll do is we are going to say that this substring is occurred twice in your given string. So now we are going to take the indexes where we are going to found your substring in my actual string. So this type of matching algorithm, I call it as Navi pattern matching algorithm. Now, if you see the complexity of this algorithm, so the time complexity of this algorithm is order of nm, where m is the number of characters which are there in your substring, and n is the number of characters which are there in your actual string. So it is nm, order of nm. So the complexity of my Navi pattern matching algorithm is order of nm. Now, I want to increase the efficiency of my algorithm. Instead of having the complexity of order of nm, I want to reduce the complexity of that algorithm. So, for increasing the efficiency of my algorithm, now we are going to approach a new algorithm, and we call that algorithm as my KMP algorithm, which stands for Nut More Pratt algorithm. Now, we'll see how we are going to search a substring in a given string by applying your KMP algorithm. Okay, so for applying or for implementing your KMP algorithm, first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to pre-process. What we are going to do, we are going to pre-process your substring. And if you are going to, if you want to pre-process your substring, first of all, what we need to do is we need to take a uh, blank array has to be created, and we are going to fill some numbers in this blank index, and this size should be equal to your substring. Okay, now we'll see how we are going to fill these empty boxes of my substring. So now we are going to see that we are going to take the first character of my substring, and we observe that because it is the first character, it is going to occur for the first time. Whenever a character occurs the first time in a given string, that value we are going to keep it as 0. And again, the second element of it is B, and it is also seen that it is also observed for the first time. So it is also being kept as 0. Now we are going to take my third element of my substring. And if I take the third element of my substring, this A occurred earlier. Okay. So what is the size of this A which is occurred? Size of this A is equal to 1. So what I do, I'll be keeping 1 there. Now we are going to take my fourth element now. Now we are going to take the fourth element of my given array, and the fourth element of my given array is equal to B. And we'll see that whether B occurred earlier or not. Yes, it occurred. If it is occurred, we are going to take before characters of it. Okay, we are going to take before characters of it. So if you take the before character of it, this is A. And if I combine my A with B, how many characters are there now? It is going to say two characters. Now we are going to take these two characters, and we are going to check whether the combination of these two characters occurred earlier or not. It is occurred earlier. If it is occurred earlier, now we are going to take the size of it, and the size of these two characters is equal to 2. So we are going to keep 2 there. Okay. Now we'll come to the fifth character of my subarray. And if it is a fifth character of the subarray, because it is going to occur for the first time, whenever a character occurs for the first time, it is assumed as 0. Now we'll go to my sixth character of my substring, A. A, whether it is occurred earlier, yes. If it is occurred earlier, the size of it is 1. So, yes, it is 1. And now we'll go to my seventh character. Yes, whether it occurred, yes. What is the size of this one? The size of this is equal to 2. Whether A, B, A occurred earlier, Yes, ABA occurred earlier. And what is the size of this ABA? The size of this ABA is equal to 3. So we are going to keep 3 here. Now we are going to see B. Whether this B occurred earlier. Yes, it is occurred earlier. Now, what is the size? What is the combination which is occurred earlier? The size of the combination which is occurred earlier is equal to 4. So we are going to 4. Now, these are the values, right? Right now, if you do some operations here, then we are going to have some values accordingly to the characters which are there in my subarray. Now, we are going to take this index now. We are going to take these values. Now, with the help of these values now, we are going to implement our algorithm now. Okay. So now, if you take this algorithm C, now we have this array, okay, and we are having your subarray. We are going to have my actual array now. For our understanding, for our better understanding, what I have done is we had an index for my subarray, and also we have an index for my actual array also. So what I do now, we are going to compare the first element of my subarray with the first element of my actual array, and we found that they are not equal. Okay, when they are not equal, what I do, I just increment the value of my I. I'll increment the value of my I. And we'll see now. Now we are going to compare these two elements. And if these two characters are same, now I increment my J and also we are going to increment my I. Okay, now again we found that these two characters are same. When these two characters are same, again we are going to increment the value of my I. And again, if we found that these two characters are same, again we are going to increment the value of my J and I. Because they are same, we are going to increment the value of my J and I. Now, at this point of time, the value of my J and the value of my I pointed characters are not same. When they are not same, when these two characters are not same, now what we need to do is we need to take the corresponding value of my C, which is J is equal to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll take the control here and we subtract the value of my J minus 1. And if I subtract J minus 1, this is going to point to this value 2. And we are going to subtract this 2, 4 minus 2. So from where you are going to get this 4? This 4 is my J value and this 2 is my J minus 1 element of this array. So this is equal to 2. So now the J value now is going to become 2. Okay. Now the Jth value is going to become 2 now. Now if you observe here, we are not sending the control to the beginning here. Instead, we are going to subtract a value from it, which is going to increase the efficiency of your algorithm. Okay, now we are going to compare these two elements, okay, and observe that they are equal, and again they are not equal. So whenever they are not equal, what we need to do now? We need to take this one, we are going to take the value, and again we are going to perform 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. Again, we are going to say J will be equal to 2 instead of 4. Yeah. Now, again, we are going to compare these two elements and we observe that, okay, these two are equal. Then we increment my J and I. It is also equal. They are also equal, 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 equal. Now, these characters are equal, okay. Now, whenever all my elements of my substrings are found in my active string, then we'll say element is found at my fifth place. Okay, after this element is found, then we are going to take that index here, and now we are going to shift the control from here to here. Okay, done. Now again we are going to check whether it is found or not. Now what we are going to do now? Now we are going to check whether this element is found again or not. So for founding that element, what we are going to do now? Now we are going to check this element now. This element with this element. Whether this element is found here now? No. whenever this is not found, okay, whenever, because this element, because now after comparing this one, now what we need to do is we are going to subtract the value of my j with the value which is found in my b. So if I subtract this value from here, now the j value is going to become 4. Okay, now the j value is going to become 4 because my j value will be equal to 8. 8 minus 4 will be equal to 4. So now we are going to shift the control here. Now we are going to compare my jth value with my ith value. Now again it is observed that these two characters are equal, 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 and these two characters are equal. Because they are equal, now what we are going to say, again, this element, your substring, is found at my 10th position. So now I'll say that your substring is found at two different places in my string, one at the 5th place as well as one at my 10th place. And if I see the complexities of these two, of this algorithm, it is order of m for my substring and order of n for my actual string. So the complexity of my algorithm is order of m plus n. So earlier, the complexity of my algorithm was complexity is order of mn. Now, complexity of after implementing my KMP algorithm, the KMP algorithm complexity is order of m plus order of m n. It is equal to order of m plus n. It means which is going to increase the efficiency of your string matching algorithm drastically if you implement your KMP algorithm.